Srila Prabhupada believed that cooking was a spiritual experience, much like meditation, a means of expressing love and devotion to the Supreme Lord Krishna. He emphasized the consumption of pure vegetarian and sattvic food as a means to purify the mind, elevate consciousness, and enhance one's devotional practice. A gourmet himself, Srila Prabhupada introduced the significance of food in Krishna consciousness to his disciples, who in turn have popularized it and made it accessible, touching millions of lives worldwide. Here in Vrindavan, we are at Krishna Balaram Mandir, Prabhupada's quarters, where we can witness various paraphernalia that he used for cooking. I'd like to make a special mention of a 3-tier cooker using which he would prepare a full course meal comprising of rice, dal, and vegetables simultaneously to perfection. In the year 1973, during one of his short stays at these very quarters, Srila Prabhupada taught his disciple Yamuna Devi one of his favorite childhood dishes, the spicy Guava Jam. Today we are going to prepare the same. I have taken about 550 grams of guavas. Let's cut this into 8 halves. As we all know that guavas are very seasonal, it comes right before monsoon. So I'm sure that all of us have very fond memories of having guavas. So the next step in this process of making guava jam is steaming the guavas. We will leave the guavas to cook for about 45 minutes. While the guavas are getting steamed, I would like to narrate one very nice story how Prabhupada narrated this to Yamuna Mataji. Srila Prabhupada once asked Yamuna Mataji to get guavas, and then when she got it, Srila Prabhupada reminisced this particular story where he said that his mother would often make this jam, and then they would go for picnics and then they would carry this and then they would have it. So Srila Prabhupada himself taught this recipe to Yamuna Mataji, and then each time I prepare this and then I'm just spellbound. Now we are going to prepare a spice blend which goes into jam. Let me just start the spice blend, allowing it to get hot a little bit, and then I'm going to add in all these spices. So Srila Prabhupada would say that for jams, you can add a little bit of heat and then it will really, augment the whole taste. So that's what we are trying to do with this particular recipe. Yeah, I think it's ready. There goes cinnamon, cloves, coriander seeds. Then we have cardamoms. Then we have red chili and jeera, that's cumin, and then kalonji, which is nigella seeds. The chilies that I have used is very native to South India, that's Badige, which is not very hot, but you can choose to use whatever dry chilies, dry red chilies that you want. I can smell different flavors coming at one point of time, and it smells really amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow it to cool for a while and then put it in a spice blend and then mix it. While we are allowing the guavas to steam, in the meanwhile we will make theplas. So you can have it with any kind of Indian breads, whether it is paratha, plain paratha, methi paratha, or even theplas for that matter. So for today, I will be preparing methi thepla. So it's very simple. I'm going to use atta, it's whole wheat flour, and then I'm going to add some salt, some coriander powder, then some turmeric. Then we are going to add methi leaves, finely chopped, and then a bit of oil. For 2 cups of wheat flour, I'm taking 1 cup of curds. So let's mix well and knead the dough. So we can make this a medium soft dough because that's the right consistency that we need. I have almost kneaded the dough for 8 minutes. Now it is ready to be rolled into chapatis. So while we are preparing the theplas, we will heat the tawa. And any parathas, theplas or any of these Indian breads, it tastes really well when it is made with ghee. So I'm going to add generous ghee. Theplas and jam is an awesome combination, and especially when you're traveling, you can actually carry them with you. And this particular jam, if you are refrigerating it, you can keep it at least for about 15 days. The theplas are now ready and we will now continue with the jam. So for which I'm going to take a heavy bottomed pan, and our guavas are completely cooked. Now there are two ways that you can do this. Either you can mash it or you can put it in a blender. Now what happens is when you are going to mash it, you see a lot of seeds here, so that is going to still remain, so you will get the crunchy feel. But when it blend it in the mixer grinder, so you will not have that crunchy feel because everything gets completely blended and it will become a puree form. So that is left up to your choice. I like the crunchiness, so I'm going to just mash them. So I had taken about 550 grams of guava. So here I have 2 cups of sugar that goes into this. So we are going to cook these two things together. We will cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes until the sugar is completely caramelized. Please make sure to keep a lid on top of it, otherwise it will start spluttering. Please come back and stir it once in a while, otherwise the bottom can catch the heat very fast and it might get burnt. Also, another thing that we need to note is that the raw smell of guava must go. I mean, that should not remain. So until then, we must keep cooking. So there are two things. One is the raw smell of the guava should not be there, and secondly, the sugar has to caramelize. So until then, we are going to be cooking. We can see that sugar is almost caramelized, and this is the right moment to add two things. One is the lemon juice. That's very, very important to balance the flavor. And then we are going to add in our spice blend. Once we add the spice blend, we are going to close the lid and turn off the heat. Guava jam is now ready to be offered to Lord Krishna. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the benediction of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. It is because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy that countless devotees have transformed their lives and have come into Krishna consciousness and enjoying the benefits of leading a meaningful life. We are eternally grateful to Srila Prabhupada for continuing to bestow his mercy upon all of us. Hare Krishna.